Typogram is a new web app that is aimed at styling short amounts of text such as headlines or logo types or something for your social media accounts. And people have been praising it for its intuitive interface and are asking, why is this not in Adobe apps? So I'm not seeing a lot in Typogram that isn't already there in Adobe apps, but maybe you haven't found it, so let's take a look at where you can get it. I have opened it, typogram.co. I'm going to include the link in the description of the video, and let's just get into it. And in this video, we're going to take a look at the automatic functionality. So let's click here. And there you can describe your brand and describe the kind of feeling that you associate with it. So I've picked 3 keywords, and then the next thing is you get color proposed. I have changed that, and that's what you're doing here. And then when you continue, you get proposals of fonts that they do for you, which is here. These are the keywords I have picked, and these are the fonts it has chosen. So I could click on different ones here and then get different results in there. So I can pick one of these, and then it goes on, and then it has done this. And of course, it has used its own name as the sample text, and I could change that, but I don't. So what you can do in here is use these tools to adjust the letters and adjust their width and whatnot. That is in here. We've got some substitutions, but we're going to look at those in one of the next videos. So then when you continue, you get this, and you also get this put upside down. So that is sometimes better for judging the kerning of those letters. So when you mirror it or put it upside down, then that helps. The next thing that you get is based on your description of your brand, you get these proposals for other typography that you want on your website or flyer or whatnot. And you can select from that. I've also done that already. And then you get this, which is kind of a mock-up of a website that uses these fonts so that you see how that looks. So these are the automatic functions. Let's take a look at what Adobe has to offer for that. When you take a look inside the applications of automatic selection of fonts based on descriptions, you do not get a lot. So this is Illustrator, and in the character panel, what you can do is turn on this filter and filter for certain classifications of the font. The same works in InDesign, and in Photoshop you get a little reduced version of that. So for that we need to go elsewhere when we switch to Adobe Fonts, the website, where all those fonts are stored and can be licensed that you have included in your subscription. Then you have a lot more options to select a font. So basically you can describe the font that you are looking for. Maybe like this. So we have some keywords in here. I'm going to correct that and search. And then based on that description, you get some proposals. And this is where this takes you. You can also browse the fonts, and when switching here, also you get some tags. There are some more, and then you can limit the selection to some things that match those tags. You can also search for variable fonts here, so you only get variable fonts. You can search for the classification as you could in the apps, and then also some more properties, and you can also specify the number of fonts you want in a family. Maybe you want a lot of fonts in the family. Then you can specify that, and then you can search based on that. And here you can also search for the supported languages or writing systems. Then we also have recommendations. Those are kind of packs that are recommended, and this is curated, and we can search for that. There are some more choices down here. We can just watch what the Adobe Fonts team is proposing to us. The next thing is font packs. Some fonts are bundled, and then we can take a look at that. So maybe this one here, let's take a look at that. And then you see there are some fonts in it. Those are included, and you can just add this whole pack to your font menu and then use them. Let's go back here, and you see these are all the curated packs. And there are a lot of them. We can scroll through that. And then, of course, the classic ones, you can search for foundries and whatnot. And of course, you can also search for fonts by a certain designer. So maybe Susanna Lichko. And then we get this selection of fonts. So that's what Adobe Fonts offers, and this is also a selection that you can use for the logo type that you want to do, as well as, of course, for all that kind of corporate font you want to use. But let's take a look at another thing that is in InDesign. So here I have already prepared a placeholder text, and let's just go in here and show the hidden characters, because I have made some paragraphs in that. And InDesign has a nice functionality. So we go to Window and then Styles, because of course in InDesign everything is about styles, because it's about automation and it's about a uniform typography that you have in your publication. So you want to use styles, and in there we have this one here, style packs. So there we have this panel, and you see there are some prepared style packs in here. They are pre-made, and you can just click on that. So let's select this, click on that, and it gets processed like this, and you see, well, this is not too impressive, but this has just added this style pack now to the paragraph styles. So here we have that. And now InDesign doesn't know what to do with it, because currently this text is not tagged. So InDesign currently does not know which part of the text is the heading and the subheading, etc. So what we need to do now is put the cursor in here, make this the heading, put it in here, subheading, and then these are just paragraphs that have been assigned already. But this is only the beginning. When you're setting up the file, then the text has to be structured. So you define what is the H1 and what is P and whatnot. So now we have done that. And now if you see, well, I don't like that, I like, say, this one more, you see it has been added. And then this, I want to try out that as well. And then maybe I want to try out that one. So now we have a structured text. We can select that and then run this style pack on it, or this one. The fonts have not yet been added, so this is all marked. And then we can also try that one. And then you see there is some magic happening. The nice thing is we've got in the style packs panel, we have also custom. So you can create your own style pack for your company, and then you can use that. So that is some automation already included in InDesign that you can use.